Hello all and welcome to a new YouTube video on our channel The Third Man Musings. In our previous video, we covered 5 teams as part of our review for the second week of IPL, which has been an exciting week so far. Now we'll be covering the rest of the 5 teams in part 2 of the week 2 video. So Sumit, please let us know which team we'll be starting off with in the balance 5 teams.
So we'll start with a team which has shown the maximum improvement in terms of just fixing a broken team with with arranging the combination. So I will start with Sunrisers Hyderabad, which got the South Africans in, and all of them started playing, and everything worked out. And they did a very smart thing. So uh, the big buy Harry Brook, he was struggling in the middle order, and the pitches were getting a bit slow. So it's not easy for any Englishman to come in and start hitting from ball one. So they got him to open so that he gets the new ball, he gets a bit of pace to work with, and the results are there to see for everybody. So a brilliant 100 scored by him, and uh, so he fixes that issue that Harry Brook is not working. Markram has been a welcome addition, and he plays very well. I mean, for a South African who plays in Indian conditions so effortlessly, it's a pleasant surprise for me. So two additions there, and then the very gutsy move of dropping Rashid because he was bowling so well, replacing him with a fast bowler in Marco Jansen, who can give you, who's the left armer, new ball bowler, who swings the ball, and he gave you the early wickets in every match he's played. Plus, he's a useful tonker at the end, and then replace that leg spinner with Mayank Markande. I think in the review we discussed also that if Rashid doesn't play, they have a leg spinner for Markande, so that was a very good buy. And Markande, if you remember, was one of the very good bowlers for Mumbai Indians in one of the seasons, and then suddenly he was not played by anybody. I don't know what
Yeah.
happened, but again he's getting his chance and he's bowling as well as he did those many years back. So this team suddenly just, and Klassen just to finish as the finisher who's coming in. So they fixed everything by just making, this is one team which broke the team and like Punjab used to do, and they just made it work. Now they look way better, and this is what we predicted also. I think this was the kind of team we were thinking, but the Brook and Abhishek Sharma swap really worked for them. So very impressed. How about
Very,
you?
yeah, because
uh,
even last week when we had previewed, SRH had lost their opening game, but we had backed SRH, right? Because there's so much quality. Harry Brook, we knew, would come off big time because he's one of the exciting players in the world right now. And what an innings, right? 100 of 55 balls, and Abhishek Sharma doing well in the middle order. So now they've got that combination sorted. And as you said, I really admired the move of bringing in Jansen because Rashid in the previous game, the game before he got dropped, had taken 2 wickets in 2 balls as well. So he
hmm,
had done well, and then benching him was indeed a risky move, but I think they had to do it. So Jansen comes in. The only still slight spot of bother I see for them is their Indian pacers are getting hit. Right now, I know
hmm.
Natarajan bowls the death overs, but he's going for 40 plus runs in 4 overs. Umran Malik is a double-edged sword. He's getting key wickets, but again, he's also getting it for 45, 50 runs. So that is there. And Bhuvi has been economical, but he's not been wicket taking. So he's taking
Hmm.
the odd wicket here and there. So the Indian pacers will really have to come to the fore, and the Indian batting as well in terms of Mayank Agarwal and Rahul Tripathi. Right? I know Rahul
Hmm.
Tripathi has got a 50
That's what
plus score.
one.
He's got a 30, but you would remember that 34 came off 41 balls. And Mayank
Hmm.
Agarwal is consistently getting single digit scores, right? But whereas in fact in our preview videos we thought these two, Mayank and Tripathi, would set the tone up
Yeah.
front. So that is still an
Yeah.
area of concern for SRH.
Yeah, Mayank is getting some starts still. So it's just a matter of time before he comes good, because then yeah, this batting becomes strong, and the bowling is where I admire it because now they have a luxury to play Sundar as an impact player. An all-rounder as an impact player, I think, is brilliant because you can just play him as a batter or a bowler. So they sorted the top seven with Jansen at seven, and then they get Bhuvi's new ball with Jansen. They get Rajan at the end, Umran as an enforcer, and Markande in the middle. So they've actually got all bases covered like a proper T20 team. So I'll be exciting. It'll be very exciting to see them now in the coming weeks when they, you know, uh, play against the big teams, and I think they should hold their own. So I couldn't really find any areas of improvement because they, whatever areas of improvement they had, they covered them
Yeah.
in very
Yeah.
well.
They made a resurgence. They're back big time now. Yeah.
So now coming to the second team, which where I think a lot of areas of improvement will come up is Mumbai Indians. So it is tough. I mean, Sujay is supporting RCB. I'm supporting Mumbai Indians. So it's been tough for us. Am I? Rohit played one very special knock in a tough pitch, and I think he got his 50 plus, but now I am just worrying when he'll score his next 50, because he gets 150 in 5 matches, then he just rests. And I don't know how fit he'll be for his next match, because he played for so long. So let's hope he turns up fit for his next match on Sunday. And their major biggest player is Tilak Verma, still very impressive, and he deserved his promotion. He's batting at 3 now, so he will control the innings better and provide the impetus. So bowling, they're trying out different things because Archer is gone, I believe. I mean, he won't play 14 matches. He's already getting rested. So they got Meredith in. He looked decent because he has that extra pace, just needs to nail in the Yorkers better. The revelation has been again Piyush Chawla, another CSK product who was not who was going unsold, but then MI somehow took him, and I really wonder if they thought that he would be the best bowler till date in this season for them. It's a very heartwarming story. If he had been in CSK, it would have made more sense. But yeah, this was a rare, because MI is the team which gets the youngsters, and CSK is the team which gets the oldies.
Veterans.
So yeah, so he's bowling very well, and he's the only one who's bowling. I thought he would be an impact player, but turns out he's the impact player in the 11, and they're just playing other people around him and trying to get 16 overs in, because his 4 overs are gold dust now, right now, somehow. So positives are a bit few and far. I think the areas of improvement, which is I thought the strength, was the Indian batters. So surprised with
Yeah.
that, how the Indian batters performing.
Yeah, especially I think Surya, right? And that is really
Mm,
hurting us as Indian fans also. Poor guy just can't seem to catch a break, right? In the previous match,
mm.
while going to take a catch, he missed the catch and the ball hit him near his
It
eye.
is, yeah,
Thankfully, it
uh,
didn't,
yeah,
become a
injure his
serious
eye.
injury. So he's looking out of sorts for the first time with the bat and in the field. Kishan is being inconsistent now, and
Inconsistent as
folks do
usual.
remember this is till the time we have watched the RCB versus DC match, so we don't know what will happen in the Sunday match, which MI is playing. But till now, Kishan has been a bit inconsistent, so that is also something that we need to factor in. And my main concern now is the bowling also, right?
Mhm.
Because now, okay, Berendoff and Meredith will bowl 4 plus 4 8 overs. Piyush Chawla is your banker now with 4 overs. That's 12 good overs. Now, the fourth
Very
bowler
great
combination,
one.
they're trying Ritik Shokeen and Cameron Green, which is not very dependable. On its day,
Mm.
that move can backfire. And they still don't have a
Yeah.
good fifth bowler. Now, I hope they persist with somebody like a Kartike, because I was impressed with his left arm,
Mm-hmm.
wrist spin. He's a Chinaman, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I have been impressed with him. I hope he gets a go. Or they'll have to think about someone like an Arjun Tendulkar, whom we spoke about in our previous video, right?
Mm-hmm. Left
They
armor, yeah,
need to
yeah.
fix that hole. I like this move of Cameron Green and Tim David in the middle order, where they can go hard in the death overs.
Mm-hmm.
But still, to be very honest, MI look shaky for the playoffs. They have a lot more problems to address than points going well for them, right?
Definitely. I mean, the Indian batters, if they stand up with Surya and Kishan, this team will look very different. And I think then this team will chase everything down. So I will never have a doubt when they chase. But again, if they are defending something, they will really struggle, because Archer won't be there for half the matches, I believe, with a recurring elbow injury. Arjun is a good option, like you said, because he will be that left armor. Arshad Khan was trying hard and he used to swing the ball, but somehow he used to keep bowling in the middle and the in swing would land up the ball in the leg stump. So he couldn't get his line right, even though he was getting the swing. So maybe try an Arjun, and there is Jansen's brother, right?
Yuan
Duan
Jansen,
Jansen.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So again, a left armer and Tonker, very similar to Marco. So they develop Marco, and now you can see what he's doing for SRA. So maybe a an option, because Berendorf again gets hit a lot in the death. He was lucky in the last match where he got a few wickets, but worth a shot to try these players because it's not working out. And they need, as you said, they don't have bowlers. They need to get 6, 7 bowlers and then hope 3, 4 have a good day, and then you can mix and match the combination. So I'll be looking forward to the next match on Sunday and how these guys turn up. The Indian batter, especially if Rohit can get some sort of consistency. I don't expect him to get a 50, but even a quick 20, 30 would give the impetus. And hopefully Surya gets some sort of runs. So yeah, and coming from a team that has so many areas of improvement to one where we could not figure out areas of improvement, so we had to create some, is Gujarat Titans. So I think again, like we said, the vintage MI side, this side is, they might just get better with time because their chasing abilities are next level. And that match where things got a bit close against Punjab, and Tevetia just came and did his lap shot, and people were all tense, and they're like, "What's the worry?" And he just finished the game. So this inevitability which comes with Gujarat Titans while
Yeah.
chasing is something so hard to get right. I think very few teams have that. Like MI had in their vintage form when they used to. So you just feel that they'll make it through no matter where the situation. Something will happen. Somebody will play. They'll do it. So
I, I think we have easily keyed them in for the first two spots, right? I think
yes, yes.
they are making it easy into the playoffs. And as you said, it's so comfortable, right? In none of the
Mm.
games, they have looked in any sort of trouble. Even the game they lost against KKR,
That
I
was
mean, they
freak.
were ruling it till the third. I mean, in the 40 overs, they were ruling
90th
it till the
over.
39
That
overs,
39.
and they
Yeah.
lost it in the 40th over, right? So this team is looking very good. I think Saha, Gill, Sudarshan, amazing top three, right?
Hmm.
They're scoring runs and they're scoring it at a fast pace. In between, that middle order is one to die for. Miller, Tewatia, Rashid, they're doing superbly. Bowling, Rashid got that hat trick. He's
Hat trick.
looking
Yeah.
in his elements again. And Alzari Joseph is doing very well. I think
Welcome addition.
last season, he
He
couldn't
didn't
make
get
an
regular
impact.
game time.
Yeah,
Hmm.
he didn't get game time, but this time he's come back with a bang. The only weakness maybe Pandya, right? I think not been
The batter.
amongst the runs. One game he
Hmm.
got rested, and I don't know. I think he's stuck in between. Like the other
What to
two
do?
clear roles, this guy is like trying to be that.
Bridge.
Bridge between consolidating and going for it. So I think maybe he needs to
Yeah.
have more clarity in his mind. And
Yeah.
yes, there obviously, I mean, that's sad what he went
Oh
through,
yeah.
conceding 29 runs. But yeah, that I think Mohit Sharma did come as a replacement for
Hmm.
him in the next game and did well, right? So that
Correct.
is one area they've addressed quickly also. So GT is looking very good for a top two spot, and don't be surprised if they win this IPL again, hands down. And if
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
lose in the playoffs, I want to see which team will beat them. Really.
Definitely they won't lose chasing. I feel it will be very like incredible if some team beats them while they're chasing. Because yeah, and let's not forget how they're using Vijay Shankar. I mean, out of all people,
Uh,
this guy has
what
shown
a
in that
resurgence,
KKR
right?
game. I think everybody remembers Rinku Singh for obvious reasons, but Vijay Shankar played a very good innings out of the blue, and we was wondering, okay, who is this guy? Is he the number four? Again, we are open. We have an open slot for number four this year. I hope to God they don't consider this innings. They get him at four. 'Cause again, he'll get injured and go to the World Cup. So Vijay Shankar being used as a finisher again, Mera ji ka soch is next level. I can't imagine. So one possible thing I think, which is again very nitty gritty stuff, is Josh Little is not doing so well
Hmm.
because he is leaking the runs. Replace him with Shivam Mavi, who you paid so much money for, and I don't know what they're saving him for. Is there an injury, or maybe they want to just release him in the second IPL as an X Factor player? Because once you do that, then you have a foreign slot open, and then you get Dasun Shanaka in, and
Right.
then your finishers become like Rashid comes at 8 and Shanaka at 7, and Shanaka gives you 2 overs as well. It's not like he's a pure finisher batter. Tevate is playing as a batter, which is hard to believe, but he's now doing an immense job out of that. So. We could not find any weaknesses honestly. Pandya to bat because I think he'll perform. I mean, yeah, again, he's doing the Rohit job, right? He'll perform 2 games in 14 probably with the bat, but he's doing good job captaincy wise, and he has a
Yeah,
very
captaincy wise, he's doing
wonderful squad around him. So
well.
let's see. I want to see Shanaka bat for this team. It'll be brilliant to see him finish
And
those.
he's a good bowler also, right? Suppose you need
Decent, yeah.
wickets also, he has that golden arm sort of thing. So
And I,
that
and I
is
think
something they can
as we
explore.
proceed, it's a long IPL, so the pitches will get slower. Maybe he becomes a better bowler then with his
Hmm.
variations. So maybe they are thinking on those terms. We'll release him in the second of the IPL. So this team can even get better, which is scary for every other team. So yeah, coming to the freak loss they had, we jumped to the team which did that, which was KKR. So I think Rinku Singh was the MVP for this week, and he followed up that magical knock with another 50. Although they lost that match, but just one thing. There were three full tosses and two length balls, and there were five sixes for that. But yeah, hitting five sixes in a row in a last over, nobody would have. I mean, you would think Russell did that if somebody had told you, some batsman hit five sixes for KKR in the last over, and you would think, oh, Russell ne kiya hoga.
Right.
Turned out it was Rinku Singh, and it was very heartwarming story where his father was selling cylinders, and he used to clean rooms for KKR players in the initial seasons, and he was just around the squad. And he used to come as an impact, not impact, sorry, as a substitute fielder, if you remember, for the longest, like one or two seasons of IPL, he was like a substitute fielder, running around with full passion and everything. And he finally got a break last season when KKR was down in the dumps. So these are one of those stories which make you happy and uh, appreciate the IPL. I know we people make a lot of fun about IPL and everything, but not everybody will play for India for various reasons. Even if Rinku Singh doesn't play for India, he will be known all over the country now after that knock. So that is one. I mean, that's the biggest
Yeah,
positive week for
yeah.
Rinku Singh.
And
Yeah,
he's so humble also, right? Right, I
yeah, very
like
down
that.
to earth.
Even after that match, it's not like he did some chest thumping and showed some
Oh my
arrogant
god.
gestures. He was very down to earth. I think even in the post match interview, he thanked all the people who backed him in the tough
Mm.
phase of his career and life. So Rinku Singh, really hats off to you, and we hope you do well in the times to come, and we really pray that you represent India one day. That will be a great story.
I just want to contrast that to this other person who I think tries abuses out of me is Avish Khan. So last ball, it was DK's mistake, due to which there was no run out. And this guy just he misses the ball, he runs and he throws a helmet and just like starts shouting. I'm like, what did you do? You missed a ball. It was DK's mistake. So you can just see the contrast. And this guy, Avish Khan, has been really struggling for the longest time. I think he was DC's premier bowler when Nokia Rabada were there, but he has been
Correct.
struggling ever since. So shows humbleness helps and don't have an attitude for no reason. I mean, not everybody can be a Kohli, right? Performance with attitude is a very rare combination. So
And even
people
he's
should,
mellowed down now, right? So
yeah, he visits a lot of temples and did a lot of puja and he got his form back. So clearly, even he realized, okay, I cannot be like all arrogance and all everything.
yeah.
So, yeah, Jagdishan, a good addition, another Indian batter, keeper. So, and Venky Iyer, I think have to mention this because he did suffer from a bad form last season. So he is now the impact player, which surprises us a bit because he can bowl. I don't know why they're not using his bowling. It's just fairly decent, just a one or two change up, right? So he's found his new identity in number three, where he is the enforcer. And good to see Indians coming to the forefront for KKR because that's what they need because their foreigners are kind of dodgy, except Narayan, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's like kind of untested. So Vengi, yeah, happy to see him like back in the runs and a new role. So
I liked
that's
his 80 of 43 that day. I know we spoke about Rinku,
oh
and
yeah,
we
he was
spoke
the
about
base.
Vijay Shankar in that match, but
Correct.
Venkatesh Iyer set the base in that
Tone.
match, right? And clean hitting, and as you said, he's batting out of position. He's played most of his KKR career in as an opener.
Opener.
At three, he's doing well, so maybe he'll do very well in that position in the games to come as well. So look forward to Venki Iyer and resurgence from Nitish Rana also, right? Last
Mm,
couple of games, 50 plus scores at a quick rate. He's playing the spinners well, which has been traditionally his strength. So good things there. So Jagdishan, Venkatesh and Rinku are
mm,
solidifying that order for KKR. I think a couple of things to look forward to, as we had predicted in the last week's video. The minute Chakravarti and Suyash Sharma come out of Eden Gardens, then you get to know the difference, right? They get hit like crazy, and I
uh,
mean, it's not that we want to prove a point by saying that they will get hit, but it's apparent because their bowling is very well suited to Eden Gardens, but
mm,
outside their mystery spin doesn't work and it gets hit. So that is something they'll
mm,
have to work on because Narayan is still doing well outside the Eden Gardens
mm.
also, and they have to do something about Russell, right? I mean,
Oh my god.
he has been their impact player for years, but this time with the bat he's clearly struggling.
Yeah, I mean, he had a very good season last year, as we discussed in a preview. But before that, if you take 2 3 seasons, it's been one or two innings every season. I don't remember a lot of Russell innings. They happen against RCB, so probably we remember more, but they don't happen very often against quality opposition. So you have a very good backup in David Wiese, and I remember Russell Boult and I don't know which match was this, but he gets. I mean, whenever he dives, you just feel okay. This guy might not be available after this, so you do not want such a player and high dependency on such a player. And now you have Rinku, right? I'm not saying Rinku will be out muscling Russell, but he is doing that for the past few games. Try David Wiese, a veteran, a T20 proven cricketer, and a very fit cricketer at that. Gives you a little bit of medium pace, very good lower order finisher. Worth a shot to try him and let Russell recover his fitness and see how you can fit in both probably if you are needed. Because Gurbaz can be replaced by Jagdishan for the keeper role, and then because because they need to play a foreign pacer. I think they're weak on the bowling front, very weak. They don't have a death bowler, sadly. And Loki Ferguson did come in as we predicted for Saudi, but unfortunately, he's also getting left hit left, right, center. So the bowling is going to struggle without the. I mean, the spin Troika is going to give them the 12 overs. So I hope they're playing in Chepauk. That will suit them. But KK, Eden Gardens will suit them. But the rest of the places, they will really struggle with their pace. And Shardul is playing as a batting all rounder again. I don't think he's going to give you a lot of
Yeah, he's bowling
good.
maybe one over every game, right? On an
Yeah,
average, 1 or 2 overs. Yeah.
he's playing a specialist batsman very soon. So but it was good. I mean, I think last time when we discussed in week one musings, KKR seemed like very at risk, but now with this Rinku Singh flavor and Rana coming in and Venky coming in, it's good to see. I think the Indian talent we predicted that with Chandrakant Pandit. I think
You're right.
he's good with the Indian talent, right? So he's doing his job. I think this
Mm.
time team might still come last for all you know. Actually,
Yeah.
they won't. DC is there, right? So I don't think they're coming last, but they will play spoils, but they will be
Yeah.
fun to watch. So I'm looking
The
forward to that.
problem with this team is it depends on individual brilliance, right? Now it's not
Uh,
like a GT where everybody comes together to make a solid performance. They're so
correct,
dependent
correct.
on 2 or 3 players, having
Yeah,
great days to win. So that I think is a problem for them going into the playoff. They depend too much on individual performance.
yeah. And coming to from individual performance to a team which is performing like a team is the Rajasthan Royals. So they are like sleeper team of this IPL because we are seeing like GT outright, CSK showing moments of brilliance. RR has been a bit under the radar, but they're doing a very good job. They have all these. They've sorted out their batting order and their bowling lineup. And DDP was given a run at three in one of the matches. He did decently there. And the openers are, I think the starting point is the openers, right?
Brilliant, yeah.
And the mindset that Butler is not going to be the enforcer and Yashasvi is going to be the power player. And Butler will just ease in. That's brilliant, right? You let Butler stay in for 8 9 overs. He'll anyways make 50. That works out. Sanju played selflessly, I believe, when he gave his number three to
Number
Padikar.
three.
Poor guy got out at number four. Maybe he's trying out for the number four spot. Maybe that's another theory. There's a vacancy coming up, so maybe he wants to bat at four and show he can do the job. So, uh, very good team. And that CSK match, I think, produced a new star. So, people who don't know, Sandeep Sharma was unsold at the auctions, which is a very big deal because it's an Indian pacer and they're a very rare breed. So, they got this guy for an injury. Sorry, can't remember at the top of my head who he replaced as an injury from the squad. But and to bowl the last over against Dhoni and Jadeja in that form, and I remember 52
He
runs required in the
replaced
last.
this guy, right? Prasit
Oh,
Krishna, right?
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So, so worlds of difference between the two because Prasid is like 6+ and hitting the deck and brushing up the batsman, and Sandeep is like a small bowler who swings it around WW types. So to envision him, and he said after that wonderful victory against CSK that he has been bowling Yorkers only because I think RR, as he predicted, also they don't have death bowler. They will struggle there. It's just that the
Right.
spin trio also at times if Zampa plays. The spinners are really helping them out, and upfront Bolt was breaking the back of majority of the teams. So if it comes to the death, this team can actually struggle. So they now with Sandeep's performance against Dhoni and Jaddu, I think he's getting a long run unless he really like screws up later on in the tournament. But they have found one death bowler. Question is who's the second one? I don't think Holder is the answer, right? Do you think
No,
Holder is the
no.
answer?
I think,
Mm,
as you said, I think Butler and Yashasvi Jaiswal have lit the tournament alight, right? And
mm.
Butler is looking so good and getting into the playoffs, closer to the playoff stage. I think he'll be one of the most dangerous players in this tournament, right? And Samson is, been in the runs, maybe a couple of failures here and there, but we know he will be
He
in the
looks
runs
good.
again.
Mm,
Yeah, he
mm,
looks good again. He'll be in the run. So easily a 450, 500 run season for him is on the cards.
yeah.
The problem, as you said, they have is the death bowling, and Holder is neither contributing with the bat or nor
I
with the
don't
ball,
know.
right?
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
we had spoken in our preview video that he was going to be the bridge between the batting and the bowling. Unfortunately, has not worked out. So maybe time for your favorite player Joe Root to come
Mm.
in and
important balls though.
Yeah,
The death
because
bowler.
I think
So
Kuldeep Sen and Sandeep Sharma will form a good combination at the death. And I
mm,
really rate Sandeep Sharma, right? When he used to play for Punjab, he used to nip the ball
mm.
around very
Well,
well
new
up.
ball bowler then I remember. Yeah,
Correct.
yeah, yeah.
And even in that game against CSK, he had to defend 21. And you remember he gave two wides and two sixes. So he considered 14 of 2. He had to defend just 7 of 4. But man, he kept his calm around, nerves of steel with
Uh,
Dhoni and Jaddu there, right? So the odds were against him when it was 7 of 4. But hats off. So he and Kuldeep, I think, will be, the death over bowlers. Bolt will try to get the wickets up front, and then Chahal and Ashwin have been superb like last year in the middle
mm,
overs, right? And Ashwin this time is getting wickets also, not just controlling
mm.
runs. So
Controlling runs.
RR are looking very good. That I mean, Hetmyer and Jurel in the middle order. That's also another great
It's good.
story, right? So
Yeah,
they have a
it's a
lot of
new
bases
thing.
covered. They're doing
Uh,
very well. I think in our preview we had spoken that if Butler fails, this side might struggle, but so far they haven't. They're doing really well, and hats off to them. Riyan Parag was the one that they've replaced now. I
yeah.
think a lot
And
of
that's surprising because poor guy was playing well now for once. And now they dropped him because
right.
they're playing as the impact. So I'm like, when he was not performing, you kept playing him. Now he was actually tonking the ball and doing a job, right? Coming in, getting the quick 20s
Correct.
and 30s.
Yeah. So
But I
social
think
media
Dhruv
also
just.
was us that finally he's at the end of his run. But I think yeah, RR is another team that's looking good, right?
I think and Ashwin bats at random positions, man. I mean, he opened one day, he batted at I think 4 or 5 in the last game. So I think RCB need to stop following these ideas. I think Harshal ideas coming from there, like Ashwin kar raha hai, Harshal bhi karega. But no, it doesn't work like that. I think they just do it because they just want Hetman not to play a lot of balls. They just want him to have a clear mindset. Last 5 overs, I just need to pick up my bat and just hoik over mid wicket and just keep hitting, hitting, hitting. So I get why they keep doing that. And Ashwin is a very smart cricketer. He was playing very slow. I remember in that when he came at 5 or 4, and then he hit those two sixes, and then he got out. So he did his job. He
Correct.
consolidated a bit, got a bit of impetus, and
So
then
he's
left it
like a
to
floater in that middle order, right?
yeah, yeah. So that's what I think Holder should have been, but Ashwin clearly in these conditions he's a better batter than Holder. If it would have been like Australia or South Africa, definitely Holder with his power. So looks good for RR for now, and we'll love to see. I think weekend it is RR versus GT, so that should be a very good match to see. Okay, where they are in terms of who's the supreme, because it's a repeat of the final, right?
Correct.
So looking forward to that match on Sunday night. So yeah, that's pretty
Absolutely.
much it from our side.
So that was it, folks. Great two videos that we discussed right now, and so many talking points. Right, I know we have to speak about each team quickly, so maybe we have tried to do the best of justice that we could to describe what happened in week two. Great week, and we hope the follow-up week also is great, and we have a lot of
Yes,
talking points. This IPL is alive and kicking, and it will be very interesting to see which four teams really make it in the playoffs. But a lot of matches still to go, and a lot of fun still left in
fun to
store.
come.
So on that note, please do like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have received a lot of love recently, but keep it coming. That is a huge motivation for us. And do tune in for our next week's videos as well. Till then, take care, stay safe, and bye bye.